Hello and welcome to the Quote to Cash certification. This is Module 2, Part 1, covering the quote to cash process. So let's take a quick look at the table of contents for this session. Just real quickly, what we'll cover in this particular session, well, first of all, we'll go over the entire quote to cash process and what it entails. We'll take a look at some of the key signs of a quote to cash process that has issues. And then lastly, we'll talk about what quote to cash process applications are and how they will help a business. First of all, just a quick introduction to myself. My name is Gene Eun. I'm a product marketing director at Apttus. I cover all of our platform products, including the Apttus Intelligent Cloud. So the quote to cash process connects the front office CRM system to the back office ERP system. And in doing so, quote to cash becomes probably the most critical business process that drives revenue and profitability for a business. It also provides an underpinning function that drives customer experiences and is a key determinant of whether your company is easy to do business with. So the quote to cash process involves many different functions and impacts numerous different departments across the company. Often sales, legal, operations, and finance use different platforms even though data is the same. Visibility and communication becomes really difficult and opens the door to errors and of course manual rework like data entry and whatnot. This problem is exacerbated in enterprise level companies whose different departments are not only spread across different buildings, but could also be in different time zones or different continents. Quote to cash is central to every company's revenue process and is critical to making customers successful, covering everything from configuring products and services, pricing, quoting, negotiating, executing contracts, fulfilling orders, creating invoices, billing, managing, and recognizing revenue. It's arguably the most important process for a business to master. So while many organizations often treat the various stages in the quote to cash process as separate steps, it's critical to view and enable these in a more holistic manner. Only in this way can businesses handle this process as adeptly and accurately as possible while enabling the utmost enterprise-wide visibility and efficiencies. Now, the impact of ineffective and disjointed quote to cash processes can really be devastating to a business's top and bottom lines. Oftentimes, businesses struggle to diagnose and fix the problems even though they're hiding in plain sight. Sales and sales operations professionals are usually very familiar with the challenges of the quote to cash process, and that's especially true if that process is manual. So when sales cycles drag on or sales reps can't meet their quotas, it's a sure sign that the quote to cash process needs some form of an overhaul. What makes the quote to cash process difficult for sales? So common changes can include a changing or growing product catalog, disagreements around what discounts to offer, and difficulties or delays getting quotes and contracts approved. Finance has its own set of concerns when it comes to quote to cash. When considering who is involved in an optimized deal flow, finance may not be the first department that comes to mind. But finance is chiefly concerned with revenue growth and profitability. Not to mention, today's CFOs are under a lot of pressure to drive effective operations and achieve better business results in new, innovative ways. For finance to succeed, the financial process must be efficient and transparent, and visibility is key. An effective quote to cash process is incredibly helpful to finance because the same data that is found in contracts like pricing, renewal uplifts, and expirations can be used to more accurately forecast revenue. And when this data connects with back-end systems, it can be used to assess deal profitability. Now, legal's primary responsibility is to ensure legal compliance and manage corporate risk. Time is often divided between putting out fires and ensuring the business is taking the proper steps to avoid risk. Legal's biggest challenge is often visibility. If legal can't see it, they can't control it. Now, while legal's preference is to be meticulous and examine contracts with a fine-tooth comb, the team also is pressured by sales to get out of the way so that deals can be closed fast. For manual, paper-based legal departments, ensuring compliance is a huge challenge. Without legal playbooks or templates, every contract is a one-off proposition. Contract cycles lag, and the number of errors increases. And of course, all of that leads to more risk. Operations has yet another perspective on the quote to cash process. By operations, we're referring to a wide range of roles and responsibilities, which can even include professional services groups, call centers, or customer success teams, alongside with the more traditional inventory and logistics groups. For most operations teams, efficiency and costs are a top concern. When there's no integration between quotes, contracts, and order fulfillment, then order errors, expensive rework costs, and supply chain efficiencies cause immense headaches and grief. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the key applications used to automate the entire quote to cash process. Starting with configure price quote, which enables sales reps to quickly create accurate sales quotes. Next is contract management, which is used to streamline and accelerate the sell side and buy side contracting process. Billing management and revenue recognition helps you invoice customers and generate complex revenue schedules for any combination of products, services, and subscriptions before posting final transactions to the general ledger. And deal management provides fast and efficient workflow, routing, and approvals. Order management, which orchestrates the entire post-order process from coordinating tasks to provisioning and fulfillment. And lastly, e-commerce enables customers and channels to buy from you whenever and wherever through an online experience. Together, all of these solutions are needed in order to have an end-to-end quote-to-cash process automation. So automating quote-to-cash processes can have a transformational impact on businesses that are struggling with a wide range of issues such as revenue growth, operational inefficiencies, lack of process visibility, and more. The benefits that organizations realize by adopting quote-to-cash automation may vary slightly by industry and company size, but the top 5 benefits that we most consistently hear from companies who have this transformational technology include accelerating revenue and margin growth, increasing their quoting, contracting, and order process efficiencies, shortening the entire quote-to-cash cycle time, as well as improving customer satisfaction by making their businesses easier to work with, and then lastly, by reducing compliance risk issues. So there's more to quote-to-cash than simply process automation. We feel that process automation is not enough. Beyond handling the end-to-end process through applications like CPQ or contract management, you really need to help drive and influence behaviors of your buyers, your sellers, and your partners with applications like promotion management, rebate management, and incentives. And then lastly, a layer of intelligence that leverages past deal data and information collected across the full end-to-end process to inform you on how to improve your business continuously. Okay, so up next, Sarah Bencaster is going to talk about influencing behaviors with incentives. And with that module, she's going to cover why motivating human behavior should be a top priority for your business today, how to intelligently influence and align behaviors of your partners, your customers, and your employees. And then lastly, how to optimize quote-to-cash processes using Apttus incentives.